Hey everyone, this is Mike from Lost Without Translation, and I think that you should play Yakuza 0. For a long time, when you talk to someone about how great the Yakuza series is, it was difficult to recommend an ideal starting point for them to jump in. Each game from Yakuza 1 through 5 really builds on the previous game's story, and jumping into later titles would really leave the player lost. To add to that, Yakuza 1 and 2 were PS2 games that were out of print and very expensive for a long time. This problem was fixed shortly after Yakuza 0 came out, and Sega reprinted the first 4 Yakuza games at an affordable price. But those games are still PS2 games, which most people won't bother going through the trouble of playing. So Yakuza 0 came out, and it's finally a great game that we can point to get others into the series. First off, it's a prequel to the original, so you don't need to know anything about the other games. It also doesn't spoil anything from the other games, except for some of the Majima backstory told in Yakuza 4. It was also built with the latest tech, so it looks incredible and is much easier for people to get into who are turned off by dated graphics or gameplay.
正しいかどうかなんてどうでもいい。所詮俺は風間のおやっさんについていくために極道になっただけの半端もんです。俺の不始末でおやっさんに迷惑かけるくらいなら、俺にも覚悟があります。
おめえ舐めたこと言ってんじゃねえぞ。あ？俺の言うことが聞けねえのか？ああ、桐生！
ええ。たとえ風間のおやっさんが止めたとしても、俺は行きます。
こんな。
バカ野郎！許してください。柏木さん。錦、車頼む。
One of the best reasons to jump into Yakuza is that it features some of the best stories in gaming. The games were written by the premier Yakuza crime author in Japan, and it shows. The stories are complex, multi-layered, and interesting, and they feature fun and well-developed characters. Yakuza 0's story shows the backstory of 2 major characters in the Yakuza series. The first is Kazuma Kiryu, the main character of the entire series. Kiryu's story takes place in Kamurocho, a Yakuza-run neighborhood in Tokyo which is modeled after the real neighborhood Shinjuku. As a low-ranked Yakuza officer, he is framed for murder after one of his shakedown targets is executed. Kiryu must escape the law and navigate an extremely volatile political situation between the Yakuza families. Next up is fan-favorite Goro Majima, a character who continues to show incredible depth as the series goes on, and whose characterization in Yakuza 0 is different from all other Yakuza games. Majima's story takes place in Sotenbori, a neighborhood in Osaka that's inspired by the real Dotonbori. After falling out of favor with the Yakuza, Majima works as a cabaret manager in order to win back their favor.
蒼天堀の夜を彩るキャバレーグランドの支配人真島五郎。そのきらびやかな表の顔とは裏腹に、真島の運命は佐川という男の手に握られている。3年前、かつてカムロ町の極道だった真島は、親の意向に逆らったことで組から存在を抹消されていた。やがて真島は極道へ復帰する条件として、佐川からある人間の殺害を命じられる。
The gameplay in Yakuza is one of the best modern-day beat-em-ups. The game takes place in a dense but small open world that the player can explore. You can eat at restaurants, shop, find mini-games, and take on many missions and sub-stories. There's a ton of stuff to do in it. Along the way, you'll get roped into a ton of encounters. There's a decent combo system, and in this game, each character can unlock 3 different styles of combat that you can quickly switch between. Each style has completely different movesets, so the combat is much more involved than ever before. It's faster and more fluid than ever. Character progression has always been a big part of the Yakuza series too, but Yakuza 0 takes it to a whole other level. This time it's done with money. As it says in the game, you literally invest in yourself. Using your money on a skill tree will have you unlock new moves and give you some increases. Side quests or sub-stories have always been a major draw to the Yakuza series, mainly because they're actually really interesting. These aren't throwaway collectible quests or just grinding through fights. The stories are fun and interesting and definitely worth checking out. One problem in the previous games was that it was tough to find all the side stories. Many were only available for certain chapters, and they weren't called out on the map. You'd have to scour the city for them in every chapter. So a welcome change in Yakuza 0 is that now side stories don't expire. You can wait till the end and do them all at once if you wanted. A big aspect to the Yakuza series has also been the mini-games, and Zero is no exception. There's a ton of mini-games in this one, including slot car racing, karaoke, mahjong, pool, fishing, poker, blackjack, shogi, bowling, dancing, the UFO catchers, and 4 arcade games, including Super Hang-On, Space Harrier, Outrun, and Fantasy Zone. Two huge mini-games that also work into the plot are running a cabaret club and the real estate game. Kiryu handles the real estate aspect by buying up all the buildings he can get in the neighborhood. He goes up against other real estate moguls and competes against them as he moves into their territory. Majima's cabaret club is similar. He runs a club by hiring hostesses, managing the customers, and promoting the club. Majima also runs against rival clubs vying for their customers. In my opinion, the Yakuza series has never gotten the respect it deserves. Sega mishandled the original Yakuza 1, dumping a ton of money into voice acting and trying to localize the game for the West in ways that didn't really work. It was also written off by ignorant players who assumed it was just a GTA clone or compared it directly to games like San Andreas. After Sega lost so much on the first game, they were really hesitant to bring the later games out over here. We still haven't gotten all of them, and we had to wait quite a bit for each one. Yakuza 5, for example, was only released digitally. So Sega finally got the balls with Yakuza 0 to give the series a second chance in the West. They put some marketing behind it, and I think it's a great title. I really recommend you check it out. I think you'll be pleasantly surprised, and you might find yourself a new favorite series.
Come on, come on!
And you don't need to worry about jumping into the original Yakuza 1 after this, because Yakuza Kiwami is coming out and it's a remake of the first game, so it has all the upgrades you'd expect and you can dive right into that later this year. Please check out Yakuza, and thanks for checking out this video. Subscribe to our channel where we hope to recommend other games that we think you should check out. Thanks.